you ever have the need to say, maybe track somebody that's going through a survey and doing something, or maybe authenticate who's going through that survey and doing something? Say they're going into another panelist survey and entering the answers to that survey for that panelist. You need to know who they are, or maybe you need to allow who is able to go in and do that. To do that, we can use the authenticate command. The authenticate command can be found under any plus sign to add it, then advanced, and then authenticate user. When that command opens, it gives you the opportunity to put in the text as to how you want to ask that person for their username and password. This username and password will need to match what they have as their ARC's username and password. So we can enter the text here under the message. If you have different names from, say, your username and your password that you want to be known as, you can enter those down here. And then if it successfully validates, where do you want it to go? And if it fails, where do you want it to go? So in this case, we're going to go through and we're going to authenticate who's going through this survey, because they're then going to be passed into another survey to complete it on behalf of, say, a panelist. So to do that, I'm going to go into this survey. It's going to ask me for my username. My ARC's username will be entered. My password. I now have been validated. So I'm being asked for the number of the panelist ID that I want to impersonate. I will enter that in right now. It's going to validate that that's the person, and I haven't typoed it, so I'm going to say yes, because that's correct. Now, what survey am I going into? And again, this is just purely an example, but it's going to know what survey to put me into. And now you're going to see I've gone into that survey. So now I'm in that survey 7557 on behalf of that panelist answering the questionnaire. So I'll complete this real quick as this panelist. And thank you for participating. Now, to see who's gone in and been validated or answered certain questionnaires and what questionnaires or studies they've entered or gone through, I can simply go into the questionnaire response